think about the last 4 years of working with the young adults in the J2A and then the YAC group, it's hard not to think about the energy that the group brings each and every week. There's something about teenagers and how alive they really are. They're not really jaded, which is wonderful to see. They bring a lot of hope, and that hope is infectious. I can't also help but be grateful for their inquisitive nature and how insightful they are, really beyond their years. They're not short on challenging any of us about anything, which is wonderful to see. But it's also nice to sort of see some of the same things that the four of us as teachers also saw in our lives when we were that age. And to give those kids hope that for whatever reasons they may be feeling sad or despair, that they will persevere. And a big part of that is the community around them, but also their faith. Asked what have I learned about being a youth leader at St. C's, and I think the first thing that comes to mind is I know what my lane is, and I stay within my lane, and certainly my lane is older kids, which I've thoroughly enjoyed, but I also know that it's the right range for me, let's put it that way. I've also learned, I think it's easy to say, that they're just tremendous people at St. C's, and I'm going to start by thanking my wonderful team, of which without I would have been, in the proverbial rowboat with one oar. They were great, and I look forward to every minute of every outing that we got to spend together. And I can honestly say that the people beyond my immediate team at St. C's are equally as wonderful, and I'm grateful. The other things I've probably learned in the last 4 years have to do with just the general goodness of St. C's. I don't necessarily experience it, or don't maybe see it, the other 6 days of the week in the way that I have seen it over the past 4 years within the walls of St. Columba. And I guess the only other thing I can offer is it's important to become involved, even if you doubt your own abilities. Just throw your hat in the ring and do your best, and you'll be surprised how good you are at it. The question of whether being a youth leader has influenced my life is pretty compelling. I would have to say absolutely. You can't sit in front of up to 25 young adults and not reflect on what you're preaching, what you're teaching, and what you're asking them to reflect upon. So in that way, I know there's been spiritual growth in my life. I would say that I am more enlightened. I don't know if I'm a better person over the last 4 years, but I'd like to think so. I've also learned that my journey is every bit as long ahead of me as someone who might be 16 years old. The journey just never ends. And that acceptance is something that I think I've come to embrace over the last 4 years. As well as forgiving myself for not being perfect all the time. I think that's important as well as we continue down this journey.